Welcome to the How Did Show, where interesting people answer the questions, how did I get here? And how in the hell did I get here? With your host, Donovan Corneets.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another amazing episode of the How Did Show. We got a real good one for you this time. Check it out. So my guest today is an award-winning nonprofit executive and community champion. He's the Chief Development and Communications Officer for the Ron Clark Academy in Southeast Atlanta. Now, as a fundraising leader, he's raised over $70 million, including a $5 million gift from Oprah. Damn. So he's also been featured in O Magazine, on BET.com, and on local news outlets. Now he's here on the How Did Show. Y'all show some love for my dog, Kirk Brown.
Hey,
what's
what up,
going on?
Yo, that was official, bro. I like that.
Hey, man, I try to do my thing, a little something special for my guests.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the show, man. How are you?
Appreciate you. I'm doing great, man. It's I forgot what day it was, but it's Monday, top of the week, just making things happen. I'm glad to be here. Just celebrating my birthday over the weekend. So
hey,
I'm
happy
good,
birthday.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Right.
That's what's up, man. Well, yeah, let's get it popping, man. We'll have this as kind of like a celebratory episode then, if you will.
I like that.
All right. So look, this is the How Did Show. So the first part is you answering the question, how did I get here? So Kirk, how did you get to where you are today?
Oh man, how did I get here? So I would say I got here because, a series of different events led me to where I am. I graduated from college at Georgia State, and I was attempting to go one path that didn't work out. And so I tried my hand at something else, which was nonprofit fundraising. So I said, look, I'm gonna try this out for a little bit, see how I like it, just to kind of get settled, and then eventually sort of transition back over into the other field. And I ended up loving nonprofit development. So I started out fundraising in a temporary position, United Way in Atlanta. Did that for a few years, did well there. And then I was like, okay, time for a new challenge. And I got a phone call from a friend of mine who was working at the Ron Clark Academy. And she said, hey, I'm leaving. I think you'll be perfect for this position. Check it out. And, I was like, I'll check it out. I'm not really too keen on working in a school per se, but I'll check it out. Little did I know this school was unlike any other school, if you know what I mean. And so I walked in, I saw the place, was like, oh, this is amazing. I could definitely see myself working here. So the rest is history.
That's what's up, man. So so what, I guess, guided you towards nonprofit fundraising? Like, what about it? Because, I'll be honest with you. If I was looking at a list of things I would want to try, like nonprofit fundraising, probably, no offense, probably wouldn't make it on the top 10. So how did that even come into your plane of consciousness?
No, in fact. So, I'm in a fraternity. So on campus, I was very involved. I was a presidential ambassador. And so I would always be in different events for the university, fundraising events, just interacting with high-level donors and such. And so I kind of got a taste of it there. And then one of my fraternity brothers, he was interning at United Way, and it was like, hey, there's this position I think you'll be dope at. You're already kind of doing it. You should check this out. And I was like, okay, why not? So I did that. And that's kind of how I got on my radar, because I'm like you, I had no idea that this was even an option to pursue as a career. But I'm glad a brother looked out for me. So that's how I got there.
Go ahead and shout out that fraternity.
Oh yeah, A5A. Black and no go all day.
There you go. Hey, you got to hold it in. That's what's up. So so was it during that time in school and for the fraternity that you realized you kind of had a knack for it? Because, there's some people that can't sell Krispy Kreme donuts for fundraising. You know what I mean? So how did you go from I'll try this out to $70 million?
No, facts, because look, fundraising is all about relationships, connecting with people, seeing what they're interested in and pairing them with a cause. And for me, if anybody who knows me knows that I'm all about building those relationships, connecting with people. And I love that. So on campus, I was in every organization imaginable, just involved, connecting with people all the time. So I kind of knew then that fundraising requires these people skills, building rapport, being able to, give speeches if you need to. And I was kind of working in that area already on campus. And so when the position came up and it, listed kind of like the type of person that they're looking for, and I'm like, I check all the boxes. Like, sign me up, put me in the game, coach.
Put me in, coach. All right.
Yeah. So that led to one, that opportunity United Way, and then now in my current role, being able to fundraise on an annual basis and get big gifts. So
that's what's up, man. So yeah, I mean, look, building relationships works across like almost any industry. I could tell you for a fact in my industry of voiceover, and like now with this show, I mean, like you even being here is a result of us kind of building a relationship via like IG. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to you for that, man. That's dope.
Appreciate you.
Speaking of IG, obviously you are quite the influencer. Sir, got your promotional ads and product placement and stuff. So not to give away any secrets, obviously, but I mean, how did that come to be that you could say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and work with this company.
Yeah. So in the same vein, bro, like I was already building sort of my brand, if you will, in person on campus, then also on social media. So I was already sort of influencing, if you will. And then in 2020, like May 2020, I saw some of my friends from school doing it, the official influencer stuff. And I was like, how is this happening? Kind of like your question, like, how did you get here? And so I started asking some questions. I was like, look, I'm on social media. I'm already influencing. I've got a great community on my page already. How can I monetize this? And so I took a coaching class with one of my friends who was an influencer, and she kind of broke down the game for me. She was like, hey, this is what you got to do. You put this media kit together. Here's some platforms that you want to get plugged in on. Here's kind of how you pitch yourself. And so she broke it down for me, bro, like A to Z. Nice. And then I just took that information and just ran with it. And so I would start to pitch different brands, and they would say, yeah. And now I've gotten to a position where I'm not pitching brands as much. Brands are emailing me, sliding in my DMs like, hey, saw your page, saw this, like, how can we work together?
Somebody's tuning that horn, flex on them real quick. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now, it's been amazing to kind of see like how that has grown. It's phenomenal. I mean, you can really make a career off of just building relationships and partnerships and just showing who you are on social media. It's crazy.
I'm gonna try to be an influencer for my VO Life clothing. Wow, see,
hey, let's go.
You gotta be hold on. You gotta have like those pictures where you're already doing something fun, like
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, you got to be lifestyle, right? You can't be too posed, like just showing about. Like, nah, it's got to be a part of what you got going on already.
Because you see some of those videos and they're holding a can of something. They're like, yeah, so anyway, I was talking to my girlfriend. Right. You're like, really? Come on, bro.
Everything's intentional. You got to get that product placement. Yep.
I love it. Well,
I'm on my shack right now.
Hey, look. We might have to talk after this so I can try to get me some influencing going. But all right. And so the last section of this, I got to ask you, because this is sort of like how we connected, was because of voiceover. So how did your interest in voiceover come to be?
Oh man. So the career that I wanted to sort of go to after college, I didn't mention what that was, but that was like communications and media.
Okay.
Initially I wanted to be like a news reporter. So I was gonna go back and like go that whole route. And I was like, I don't really want to go to the small market, move around. So that kind of, I was uninterested in that part, but I still had a huge interest and still do for just broadcast, and VO is a part of that. I've done some hosting things, and people are always just like, yo, have you ever thought about like doing VO? And I was like, no, I haven't. So I looked into it and I was like, oh, there are actual people that voice these movies and do these commercials. You don't even think about it, right? Like you just kind of see the products and you're like, you hear somebody talking, but you don't realize that that's
you don't think
an
about
actual,
it,
So I started looking into it last year as well, during the whole influencer thing. I was like, what are some of my passions that I want to kind of like pursue. Took one of your courses, which was awesome. I was like, yo, I need to find me an agent. I need to do some things. But yeah, that's kind of where that passion came from. Just kind of always loving broadcast and people saying like, hey, you could probably do some things with your voice. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. Like it's funny how I love, asking how people get interested in certain things, especially if it's something that we share. And I know for me, VO, obviously much longer ago, kind of getting into it than you have, but kind of came from same thing. People like, hey, it kind of came from like radio, like, oh, you got a good voice. You should do radio. You should do radio. And so, yeah, I gave it a shot in college, and the radio part was cool, but the offshoot of it was like doing VO projects on the side of it. And I was like, actually, this is kind of dope.
Right, exactly.
Let's explore this. And yeah, man, when I first got exposed to that, something just clicked in my brain. Like, yes, at some point in my life, I can't do it right now. I don't know when, but at some point, this is going to be my career. And yeah, everything I did from that point forward was like a step towards that. So, so yeah, man, believe me, I know all about having a plan and then switching it. My original plan was to be a chiropractor. I was a bio major. Yeah, man. I had an associate's degree in biology and transferred to North Carolina State University. Yeah, man, I was a total science nerd. Like I was in the astronomy club in high school.
Oh man. Shout out to all the astronomy clubs.
Shout out to astronomy club kids out there. But then I was also like, I was also into sports and stuff. So I tried to play the cool kid side too. But yeah, man, I know what it is to like find something like you found with nonprofit fundraising. And then also it has to be like hugely rewarding dealing with like the children and the community and being a part of that. And I see some of the stuff you post of like going on these amazing like excursions and trips and hiking in the middle of like mountains in the middle of nowhere and stuff with a bunch of people. Like that's all really, really cool. And like that one choice rippled into this, and then you kind of see where you are today, man. So, man, round of applause for you, man, for making it happen.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Well, that's dope.
The VO bug is still there though. So if I need to take another coaching class to actually get into this, then we could talk offline.
Yeah.
I think those passions never leave for sure. Like,
look, if it's continuing to call you, you gotta answer it at some point, bro.
Facts.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, look, man, that's actually really dope, man. And truly, truly proud of everything you've accomplished, man. That's really dope. And you're kind of doing it your own way while being able to like support yourself, your family, and like enjoying what you're doing. Like it's rewarding at the same time, because not a lot of people can be like, yeah, I'm really successful, but I hate my job. Like neither of us can say that. So that's a blessing right there, right? So what we're gonna do right now is
the Wheel of What?
So let's bring out.
This infamous wheel. Yeah, let's hope I get something good, man. I don't know what you got up your sleeves with this.
So we're gonna spin this wheel, and whatever it lands on, you already look nervous.
Right. I'm like trying to see like what's on that.
You can't. We trying to peek. Yeah, it's off camera. Whatever it lands on, you just gotta answer truthfully. All right.
All right, cool.
Let's do this thing. All right.
Look at me trying to spin it.
All right, food combo. So this has actually come up a couple of times before. But what this is there a food combination that you think is like a delicacy, it's delicious, but maybe like other folks would be like, Kirk, what the hell? Like, you mix what with what? So do you have anything like that?
Oh man, I don't have like mustard and watermelon. Like, no, I don't have
nothing wild.
Nothing wild like that. Because those people who do food like that kind of creeps me out a little bit. So,
you know what? We're gonna get you another spin then.
Give me another one, yeah.
I'll tell you, like, I know when me and my wife were dating, I told her that my mom got me on this thing of like eating cottage cheese and peaches. And people already think cottage cheese is gross, but I don't know, man. I saw your face. You're like,
That's disgusting.
yeah.
No,
But
I will say when
know.
I was in high school, I used to put like mayonnaise, like mayo and ketchup, and dip my French fries in both of them. I don't know if that grosses people out or not, or if that's common. But
Well, Thousand Island dressing is just ketchup, mayo, and relish. So you were on to something.
Oh, okay.
Boom, little nugget there,
Look
little
at you
food
with the
nugget.
nuggets.
Hey, man.
Right.
All right. We'll give you another spin, man. I'm down
All
with
right,
that.
give me another.
All right.
Hey, I'll
see.
take another spin. Let's roll.
Topping. Dang, another. All right. We got another
food
related
okay.
one. All right. But this one is a little bit different spin on it. Different spin. All right. So what would you say is your favorite topping or condiment that you love to put on stuff?
My favorite topping or condiment. Okay, well, hot sauce for sure.
Hot sauce. Okay.
Hot sauce, because first of all, I'm Jamaican. So I love spicy food. So hot sauce, anything that's spicy is good. But then also Chick-fil-A Polynesian sauce goes great on anything.
Polynesian sauce. All right,
Polynesian
I like
sauce,
it.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the first half of this, and we can go with either the hot sauce or the Polynesian. So the trick is now, would you rather, if you had to pick, gun to your head, have to pick, you either have to put that topping on everything for the rest of your life, or you can never have it again. Which would you pick?
Oh.
You would have to put hot sauce or Polynesian on everything you eat, or you can never have hot sauce on anything again. Which do you pick?
That's tough. Hey, I'm gonna just do never have it again, even though that's painful. But I just can't have hot sauce messing up my palate on every single meal for the rest of my life. Like, food is too good to just be like.
We ask the tough questions here on the How This Show.
I see, man. This is tough. But I'm gonna have to go like, nah, y'all can have that hot sauce if you're gonna mess up all my meals.
So never again.
Never again. That's as painful as it sounds.
I was gonna say, I can see the pain in your eyes.
Right? Yeah, it's tough. But
that's tough.
I can find another pepper sauce, I guess.
Hey, that's cheating.
Yeah, that's cheating. No more pepper sauce.
So I'm gonna find something spicy now, damn it.
I'm fine.
All right. So now we get into the second half of the How This Show. And that's where you answer the question, how in the hell did I get here? So that's a story of something that happened, an event, an occurrence that made you kind of stop and say, okay, Kirk, how in the hell did I get here? So what is yours?
Oh man, that's tough. So I think I would say, how the hell did I get to Oprah making a $5 million gift to the Ron Clark Academy? I think that's we can.
I would say that qualifies. I wouldn't mind getting $5 million from Oprah. Just putting that out there.
Right. So I'll say this. So in 2017, it was the 10th year that the Ron Clark Academy was going to be open in existence. And so we were trying to figure out how we were going to celebrate this big milestone for the organization. So I was talking with Ron about what we wanted to do. And he was like, what ideas do you have? How can we make this big? How can we make this different? And so I said, look, we should do a gala. And he said, no, galas are just kind of, the same. Everyone has a gala. It's just the same chicken dinner. Like, can't really make that special. I'm like, okay, but this could be unlike any other gala. So sure, that was the meeting. The meeting ended. He said, let's check in next week. Had another meeting next week. He's like, all right, so you have any ideas? I'm like, I think we should do a gala. So I brought it back up. He's like,
I don't know if you heard me last week, Kirk.
Exactly, pretty much what he said. So I'm like, but yeah, let's do a gala. He's like, no. All right, so meeting ends next week. We check in again. I'm like, all right, I got it. He's like, Kirk, what you got? We should do a gala.
We gonna do Kirk, no. Gala. Like, I don't think you understand how this works, Kirk.
We're gonna do a gala, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Same thing, right?
We'll do a gala.
But I said, nah, but whatever, right? We're gonna do a gala instead. Not going to Target, going to Target. It's different. It's got a little flair.
It is different.
But So I said, what if we did this? What if we invited someone, like a big name, someone to like host it? And he's like, okay, who? And I'm like, okay, what about Oprah? He's like,
just throw that out.
So backstory, real quick backstory to know this is very important. Ron Clark, who's a co-founder of the school in 2000, he was named as the American Teacher of the Year. He got a chance to be on the Oprah Winfrey Show. So they had a relationship back in 2000. And she told him to write a book. He wrote a book. And so they've had a relationship since then. But we don't just call on Oprah for things, right? So this is like a long shot to say, just call Oprah. So of course that piqued his idea. And so he sent Oprah a text and was like, hey, would you be interested in hosting? And so she texted back immediately. She's like, yes, I would love to. Just send me some dates.
Side note, what kind of flex is that? Like, let me text Oprah real quick.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, just got her in the favorites.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a huge deal because he treats that relationship very, very, he's very protective of that.
Right.
But it was a big deal for the organization, and she supported the school. She's made donations in the past, like when the school first started. So anyway, she said, I would love to, but we had no idea that, anything else would come from that, right? She's coming to host the event. She comes, she gets on stage, she gives this incredible speech about why she loves the school, why she loves RCA and the mission, And so we thought that after she gave her big opening that she would dip out the side and peace out. We fully expected that. It's Oprah. It's she's busy. We just appreciate you letting us, invite you and you come and speak. But bro, she gave her speech and then she comes and she sits down on the front row. And we're like, wait, Oprah's staying? Okay, cool.
I don't think we have the security for this.
Right, y'all be good?
Yeah, good.
But anyway, she stays for the whole show. It's emotional show,
That's
just
cool.
Performances, pieces of impact. It was just great. And so obviously she loved it. At the end of the show, she gets back on stage and she was like, I've been so moved about everything that I've seen here tonight. I was gonna match this organization's donation that they gave tonight for $500,000. I was gonna match this organization's donation that they gave for $500,000. But I've been so moved, I'm gonna give $5 million. And we were like, wait, what?
Wow.
First of all, Ron Clark, he passes out on the stage. He's like, wait, what's going on? What? I'm running to going crazy back and forth. What? Is this happening right now?
I told y'all to do a gala. I told y'all
to do a gala, right? So we did the gala. Oprah came and hosted it. She stayed for the entire event. She was so moved that she wanted to give us $5 million, which is the largest gift in the history of the school. And we were able to raise $12.5 million that night, with including our $5 million.
Wow!
For a huge campaign that we were building to train even more teachers at our school. So, how did I get here? Just a little bit of persistence, a little bit of stick-to-itiveness.
Sticking. Hey, look, you got a good idea. Stick with it, man, and then eventually you can sell somebody on I think I'm still with that gala. Come on now.
Yeah. Switch it up a little bit, a little pronunciation difference.
Yeah,
and you might get $5 million for your organization to support kids and teachers.
Shoot, I need you to do some How Did Show fundraising. Shoot, get somebody on the phone. I don't know.
Get somebody on the phone.
Yeah, I don't know if you got text Oprah status, but that's pretty dope, man. No, that's incredible. Yeah. What a great accomplishment. And what a gift, for the school, for the kids, for the teachers.
For sure.
That's incredible, man. I'm giving you another round of applause, man.
Hey, thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate that. It was definitely a moment that I won't forget, for sure. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's and then you see your boss pass out, you running laps in a suit, kids wilding out. Can you imagine though? So kids are performing, I would assume, and people are doing stuff, but they didn't know Oprah's gonna be sitting there in the front row.
Right.
So now you gotta be
taking it all in.
Oprah's right there. Oprah's right there. Oprah's right there. Don't look at Oprah. Oprah's all right. I'm staring at Oprah.
Right. And she was just sitting there, I still look at those pictures. Just taking it all in, just having the time of her life, whoa, laughing.
That's incredible, man.
Crying. It was an emotional night for sure. So
I'm
glad we had we had organized a compelling show that she wanted to make a big donation like that.
I love it, man. No, that's a heck of a how the hell did I get here story. Like,
Appreciate it.
5 million.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Well, look, man, thank you so much for your stories and for being on the show. I enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time.
For sure.
But yeah, man, let the people know how they can be in touch with you, where they can find you on social media, and what else you got going on for yourself or for Ron Clark Academy.
Most definitely. Well, you can definitely follow me on all social platforms at Kirk Andre. That's KIRKANDRE. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, all that good stuff. So you can follow me there. In terms of things coming up, also would love for you to keep up with what we're doing at RCA, support our students there. That's at Ron Clark Academy on all social platforms as well. But yeah, tap in with both of those pages, and I'd love to build community with you.
Love it, man. Thank you again for being on the How Did Show, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. And yeah, we'll be chatting offline about this whole influencer thing, man. Let's see if we get something.
Let's do it. I got you.
All right. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me and having some fun as we interview some really, really interesting people. So go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and be on the lookout for more episodes of The How Did Show.